When I was 16, you know, we used to host concerts here, and there was this guy, Catfish Keith, and he does this bottleneck slide blues type stuff. And, you know, 30 seconds into that concert, I was just converted. I decided that I needed to learn how to play guitar. And once I got beyond, you know, just the basics of playing guitar and was able to start writing songs, then it became this therapeutic outlet for me. And that's, I would say, where the passion started.
Honey, why you been so long? Yeah. I've been without you, babe, and I just can't keep.
Well, my father, Ken Stike, is actually the one who started the business. And back in 1979, him and my mom, they were doing crab fishing up in Alaska. He got injured on the boat and came back to the Hotel Roberts to just kind of recuperate. And he checked out a book on how to build a mountain dulcimer, and just started building dulcimers there in the Hotel Roberts, and people kind of liked him, and so he did dulcimers and mandolins, both hammered dulcimers and mountain dulcimers, for a few years. And then in 1981, he built his first guitar and decided not only do you like building guitars best, but you get a lot better return on your investment of time with guitars, so kind of went that route. When I first started getting involved, it was far from my passion. All growing up, you kind of want to try to avoid whatever it is that your parents are doing, but I happened to be grounded a lot growing up, which means you're down here at the shop working on stuff, Building guitars, it's kind of meditative work. I mean, there's not many of the processes that are super dynamic or aggressive. You're kind of caressing these things into existence, and you have to just sit and enjoy shaping a neck for a day and a half to get the way you like, and you get plenty of time to just have your thoughts, And so, yeah, I would say it's still a therapeutic outlet, and actually nowadays I get more out of building guitars than I do playing them, but it's different, Writing songs is kind of what got me through those angsty teenage years, and that's why I chose to do this with my life. Is I want to provide an opportunity for folks to have a therapeutic outlet, because I got a lot from it. Some people don't, but everyone needs something, and yeah, that's why I feel like I can. It's funny because I love building guitars. Building guitars is my favorite aspect of this job. But, it takes me 3 months to build a batch of guitars, 4 or 5 guitars. And those are very nice instruments. And they'll go to somebody and they'll enjoy it and might pass it down to their children. But I think I do the most good in the world just with the repairs, because someone can bring in a guitar that's just completely unplayable. And if I just mess with it for about an hour and a half, then you've got something that it might not sound like these, but it can play as easily as this, and it allows a person to have that therapeutic outlet if they need it, There have been different phases where the community has needed different things from us. Back when we were doing concerts, and I think actually doing a decent job at concerts, that was kind of out of necessity, because there's always been lots of talented players here in Utah County. But there just weren't many venues for folks to play at, especially acoustic music, you know. But you know, nowadays we've got Velour just does a fantastic job, you know, and Muse Music looks like they're kind of getting a new place up and going again, and you know they can do a much better job than we ever were able to, you know. So kind of stepped back from that and just let them do that, you know. And we offer lessons and stuff that a typical, you know, guitar shop does. But like I say, I think what I do that really helps out the music scene more than even the guitars I sell is just all the setup work that I do, and you know, taking guitars that aren't inspiring and making them inspiring. I'm just so grateful that the community supports this shop on the level that they do. You know, I mean, we're such a niche shop, like just acoustic guitars, and just the few brands that we're really stoked on at that, you know. I think it's pretty great that I'm able to run it this way and make a living at it, you know. Definitely don't take that for granted.